Comic Boom.
Hey guys, Comic Boom here to review Naomi number 5. I'm loving this. Good job, Bendis. I like this. We finally get an origin for Naomi, and it's only on issue 5, not issue 36. I'm impressed. I don't know, I think, did Bendis lose a bet? What happened? But this is good, I'm glad. Well, actually, this story is moving along, and I'm happy with it. And just so you know, my reviews contain spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, you can, shut it off, because I'm going to talk about the issue, and I'm going to talk about the issue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Spoilers. So, Naomi's parents are from another Earth. Now, what's interesting here is that I don't know it's not specific as to what other Earth it is. Whether it's Earth, out of the 52 Earths that make up Multiversity, I don't know which one of the 52 Earths it is in the DC Universe. And of course, I'm not even sure if the DC Universe has only 52 Earths now. Maybe it's got a hyper-time multitude. It's got a multiverse of multiverse. According to the pages of Justice League, we have a whole bunch of multiverses in a larger omniverse. So, who knows? Who knows what Earth Naomi could be from? She might be from an Earth from another multiverse. Who knows? But what's fascinating about it is that it reminds me, Naomi's parents are from an Earth that, due to climate change, that their ozone layer was destroyed. When the ozone layer was destroyed, there was a lot of various cosmic rays that bombarded their Earth, and apparently 29 people on this other Earth were given superpowers. They were suddenly transformed, and they obtained superpowers, and they had a war with each other. About, 15 of them were killed, 14 were left, a couple took off, there were 8 that remained on the Earth, and the most powerful of the superpowered beings apparently was this person that was on death row, and he acquired these superpowers, and he basically, there's an unholy sort of peace, uncomfortable, precarious peace that has lasted on this other Earth, that is basically been it's sort of like a Cold War on this other Earth, where this death row person by the name of Zumbado. The worst of us is a monster named Zumbado. Zumbado is this bad guy on this other Earth who apparently, there's an uncomfortable balance of power that's maintained. And apparently Naomi's parents were part of maintaining that balance. Naomi's mother was a school teacher. Her dad was a very good gamer that was good at tactics and strategy, and they were very good at keeping Zumbado at bay. But then what happened is, apparently none of the people that have powers, the 29 people on this other Earth that have powers, they're not supposed to be able to have children. But apparently Naomi's parents, both of which were members, or who were two of the 29 that got superpowers, they apparently were able to they had a child, and that child was Naomi. And because that had never been done before, Zumbado attacked them, and in order to protect Naomi, they sent Naomi to our Earth. Now, that's all we know. We don't know if this other Earth has since been destroyed. We don't know anything about this other Earth. Is it still around? Can Naomi somehow get back to it? We don't know. We do know, though, at the end of the issue, that the moment that Naomi activated the device that conveyed to her the message from her mother explaining to her origins, that apparently an individual has now found Naomi, and we don't know who it is, but he says, "I've waited a long time for you to plug in and reveal yourself, kid. Your parents, they led me to a whole new world, and just in time." And I'm not sure who that is, but it might, not even sure, it could be male, could be female. You never know with all the suits and everything. It looks like a very large person. It looks more male than female, but we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, now, this is issue 5. It's going to be concluded in issue 6. I'm assuming that this is, at least the first arc is going to be 6 issues long. Naomi is a very popular series. It's gained a lot of popularity. It began with with a low print run in the speculator market. It really grew in popularity. And the story's pretty good too, so I'm actually intrigued by this. The art here is fantastic. Jamal Campbell has done just a fantastic job. The art here really is. It's worth picking up for the art alone. Bendis and Walker. I always forget about Walker. I don't know why Walker even bothers being in the same comic book as Bendis, because no one's going to recognize him. But But no, it's Walker 2. It's Brian Michael Bendis and David F. Walker are the writers. So I still insist that to the extent that this is moved along as a story, it's probably because of Walker's influence. Because if Bendis had his way, I'm sure it would be issue 36 before we got anything revealed, and only half the plots would actually reach a resolution. But in any event, this is really good. I thought the pacing was a little off at first. For some reason, at the end of last issue, she's in the cave with her parents. At the beginning of this issue, she decides to sort of disappear, and she reappears in front of her friend, and she really wanted to talk to her friend rather than talk to her parents about her experience of seeing basically a holographic mental image of her real mom. Instead of talking to her Earth parents about that, she wants to talk to her best friend about it. And I think she disappeared. She didn't fly to her friend. It was like she just thought about her friend, and she suddenly appeared in front of her friend. So that perhaps one of Naomi's powers is teleportation, which is premised upon her thoughts. Her thoughts can focus her teleportation, maybe. Naomi's powers, she's just a bunch of bright lights at this point. She looks cool, but we really don't know, much more than that, what she's actually capable of doing. The dialogue is a little better here. If there's one criticism, it's that sometimes the dialogue is really small. The art by Jamal Campbell is so gorgeous that I can understand why they're wanting to keep the lettering very, very small, because the art is just so gorgeous. The page, absolutely gorgeous art. I highly recommend you guys get this issue. It's a lot of fun. It's a great story, and this isn't just hype anymore. I thought maybe it was a little bit of hype too with the speculation, but no, this story is actually, it's worth picking up. This is definitely worth picking up. I said before, the origin of Naomi reminds me of a series called Rising Stars by J. Michael Straczynski, and that in that particular storyline, in that series of comics by J. Michael Straczynski called Rising Stars, approximately the storyline consisted of 113 or 114 individuals called Specials gain special powers by this thing that crashes on the Earth, and the entire story arc took place over many, many issues. I got the omnibus of it. Fantastic storyline about how these 114 people basically ultimately end up playing a role in the advancement and evolution of humanity. And it was a really, really great story, and this reminds me of that. The whole idea of there being 29 superpowered beings on Naomi's Earth, and some of them die and there's some of them remain, and some of them go off into space, and only about 8 remain on Naomi's planet, including her parents. And then Naomi is the offspring of her parents, who are 2 of the 29, and she's sent to our Earth to protect her from the Zambato character. It's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. I'm really curious as to where this is going to go. Still really don't know what any of this, if this is going to be linked in any way to Superman, or how she ends up meeting with Young Justice, if she does. Does any of this tie in to what's going on in the Justice League and the origins of our multiverse and the larger omniverse at play? Not really sure, but it's whetted my appetite. It's good reading. It's a lot of fun. I encourage you guys to check it out and read it. And tell me what you think of Naomi number 5. And follow me on Twitter at Metropolis40. And until next time, Comic Boom out.